Today we have our guest, Sanieqwa Hunt. She is going to be discussing the health as it relates to invisible illness and chronic disease. So, Miss Sanieqwa Hunt, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell the viewers who Sanieqwa Hunt is.
Sanieqwa Hunt is a mother, first and foremost. Two little girls. Well, one that just graduated from high school, so she's not
She's
a little
big
girl. She's a big girl and a little 7-year-old girl. Um, I would say Sanieqwa Hunt is also um, very open with health. I've been a diabetic since I was 11.
Wow.
That's almost 24 years. Um, been really open about my health. Anybody has a question, they can ask. I'll let them know. It's been like that since I was younger. Sanieqwa Hunt is also music. I used to be a singer, so that's a big part of me.
What genre?
R&B, gospel, whatever you want me to sing. I used to sing around Columbus.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it used to?
Um, I survived 2 heart attacks.
Wow.
My second one, I was on life support. So when I woke up and realized I couldn't talk, I took the tube out my mouth and I damaged my vocal cords, so my voice is different.
Have mercy.
I can still sing, but it's not as strong as it was.
Okay. Wow. And you are currently what age?
I will be 36 July 29th.
And you've had 2 heart attacks under the age of 35.
Within 10 months of each other.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, ma'am.
So no wonder why health is your topic.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we're glad to have you here. You know, I do credit education and credit restoration. I'm a 2-time bankruptcy offender. My score now is 809, but I always tell people I'm an expert by experience. When you live it and you recover from it and you're on the other side of that thing, that in itself, the experience makes you an expert.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're definitely happy to have you here today. So the name of your company is 331 Team US.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us why 331 Team US was founded.
So 331 Team US was founded. Initially, with me being open about my health, I realized a lot of people weren't, I would say, educated about invisible or chronic illnesses. So what we call an invisible illness is I might look fine, but I could be walking around in pain. As a diabetic, I can be walking around with my sugar 500, but I look normal. So being open with my health, I realized a lot of people weren't educated about it. You see on Facebook people making jokes like if you eat too much sugar, you'll get diabetes. That's untrue. So my aunt, who is also, she battles Crohn's disease, we started a support group on Facebook about almost 4 years ago. It wasn't the 331, but it was Team Us Invisible Group. She kept the group going. I actually forgot about the group. June 2017, I had a mild heart attack at ComFest. The reason why I speak about this is because I walked around for 30 days thinking that it was acid reflux. That's a common symptom of women, thinking that it's acid reflux. And went to the emergency room and found out it was a heart attack.
You know, my grandmother did that. She was having a mild heart attack for 5 days. And she just kept saying, it's gas.
Because that's what it feels
like. She kept doing like this. It's a gas bubble in my chest. And my grandfather finally said, Boot was her nickname.
Okay.
He said, Boot, if you don't get up and go to this hospital, I'm going to throw you over my shoulder and take you. And what was funny was that she was overweight. And he was really, really thin. And so we all kind of laughed it off. But on that 5th day, he put his foot down. And he was like, we're going to the hospital. And that's how we found out that she was having a mild heart attack for 5 days.
I was actually at ComFest. My dad is the drummer for the Flex Crew.
Okay.
So
that's my boy.
Yeah. So I was backstage watching him play with my little sister, and I'm like, it felt like an elephant sat on my chest. Oh, so I looked at my sister like, we gotta go. Then it felt like my chest was coming out of my body. So I told my dad, like, we gotta go now. Still didn't want to go to the hospital, though. I went home and took like 4 Tylenols. Wow. So it took my boyfriend, my mom, and my grandmother the next morning to argue with me and get me to go. Found out my artery was clogged 99%. So I had to get a stent placed. So then 10 months later, I start having the acid. So me having diabetes for so long, I know my body. So I know when something's wrong. So I was telling my cardiologist, something's wrong. I don't feel right. And they're like, well, no, you're fine. You're healing. Everything's good. We'll see you in 6 months.
It's bad when the doctor tell you that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe it was 3 months after that appointment, I started having the acid reflux feeling again, went to the hospital, um, woke up almost 2 weeks later. I had went into cardiac arrest, had a massive, I passed away for about an hour. It took them an hour to revive me, and then I was in a coma for 8 days.
You cannot be serious.
So when I woke up and realized like my voice was different, period. I had edema, so they thought that something was going to be wrong with my brain, but thank God, nothing's wrong with me.
Thank God.
But my voice was different.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I can't sing, so I'm going day by day, depressed. I got diagnosed with PTSD. That's where the mental health comes from. I couldn't sing. That's the only thing I knew how to do to relieve stress, to make me feel better, was sing. So one day I'm riding in a car, finally able to drive. So I'm driving and someone messages me like, hey, do you still have that invisible group on Facebook? And I'm like, I forgot all about that group. And they're like, why don't you turn it into an organization?
Wow.
Never thought about it. Never thought I would own the organization. Never thought I would have to speak in front of people for anything. But I'm a firm believer in God makes things happen. God's put you in places to what you're supposed to do. This whole time I thought singing was my purpose. I think this is my purpose. So I believe he took my voice temporarily for me to be able to do this.
Okay, so explain to us, you said so many things in there, like that, eating too much sugar is not when you diabetes, like stuff, like that's just, bad teaching, stuff that we hear and we grab a hold to it, and it is dumb and it sounds dumb. But some of the stuff, like I'm almost at a loss for words, and almost it brought to tears by some of the stuff that you had to endure, and not tears of sadness, but to see that you've overcome, and that you're using that as a platform to stand on and say, I won't keep this, I won't be quiet about it. This is something that we definitely need to focus on and pay attention to, because a lot of times as strong Black women, that's how we live. Yes. We sit and we go through mental torture, we go through emotional torture, pain, and when in our physical health, we're in pain, and we'll just sit and go through it because that's the norm for us.
Is that, I believe that's how we were raised to keep going.
Yeah, to keep it pushing. To keep it pushing. Oh, it's just a gas bubble. It's just no. It's good to be in pain, because if you're in pain, you know you're living.
Right.
It's good. That's an indication something's wrong. So go figure out what it is. And I'm like, even if it is pain, even if it is gas, if you get there and it's a gas bubble, great. It's a gas bubble. But if you get there and it's not, and it's something worse, then at least you were able to catch it in enough time.
I have so many people that come to me and say, hey, I have this. I'm feeling like this. What do you think this is? Another good thing about the organization is all of my board members all battle chronic and invisible illnesses.
Wow. So they're passionate about it.
Right.
Good. What's the mission? What's the name about 333-31? And what's the mission?
So 331 is the day that I passed. For me, it's more like a rebirth. So I just made it 331 Team Us. The Team Us part is we're all on the same team.
Yes.
Our mission is to uplift those battling and let them know that you can still live a full life and enjoy life with a diagnosis. So we have giveaways. On our Facebook pages, we post positive things as well as education. All the board members are open about their health, mental illness, health. We're completely open, but we just want everybody to know that, because a lot of doctors will tell you, oh, you can't do this. I like to call it putting their restrictions on you.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody put their restrictions on you.
That's
you know what you can do, what you can't do. So we're just trying to let people know, just uplift them, have them come out, do things, don't stay in the house, live your life. That's our mission.
So having people come out and do things, what do you have, like community events, or you have things going on in the community?
We have a monthly meet and greet where we meet at different libraries around Columbus. It's called Let's Start a Convo. Unfortunately, in our community, a lot of us don't like to talk about mental health or things like that.
Physical health?
Right. So what we do is we invite people out. We provide refreshments. You can bring your children. We have games and stuff for the kids. We have we made chronic illness coloring books, so we have those.
Nice.
We just sit and talk. If you don't want to talk about your health, you don't have to. You don't even have to have a chronic illness to come. It's just to start a conversation about things that are going on in people's lives. It's good to go to a therapist, but sometimes sitting and talking to somebody that goes through the same thing that you do helps you more.
Definitely.
So we have that. We have walking club where we meet at Franklin Park as a group, and we get our steps in around Franklin Park. I have my little speaker attached to me.
Nice.
We listen to music. We walk around. So it's a group thing, so it's more safe. We've done a Father's Day giveaway basket. We've done a Mother's Day giveaway basket. Um, we're at different events around Columbus. We have our information table, things like that.
That's perfect. That's good. I'm glad that you guys are out in the community. So tell us about your upcoming events. You have anything upcoming?
So we have a big one, guys.
Mhm.
So July 27th, that's a Saturday, at the Social Event Nightclub. We're not at the club, we're at the
In the
ballroom
bar
next.
next door.
Yes.
Mhm.
4 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're having a chronic illness versus mental health awareness mixer. Um, we have speakers, performers. We have the Columbus Optimistic Ladies coming to do a performance for
Okay.
us. We have a live artist, Robbie Rose. Shout out to him. He's a dope artist. He's going to do a live painting.
Nice.
That painting at the end. So the tickets are $3.
Mhm.
With the tickets, it enters you in a raffle. At the end of the event, you'll win the painting that he's painting. That'll be given away, and some other goodies in the basket. We have local vendors. One of the vendors, my daughter has her own business called Lubo, so
Yes.
she'll be debuting her little business.
I love entrepreneurs.
Yes. We have the dessert table, a funny picture table, just a lot of good things. Again, we're starting with the educational part of it, the speakers. We have different people that deal with mental health daily coming to give pointers. Anybody have a question, they'll be able to answer, ways to cope, things like that. If you have a family member that deals with ways to cope with that. Then after that's the mixer party time, have all the performers dancing, things like that. So we
I
just
love
want
that.
everybody to come out.
That's perfect. And that's on South Hamilton Road across the plaza across from Eastland Mall,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? Okay. The Social Club Event Center.
Yes,
They have a restaurant bar on one side and then an event space on the other. Perfect. So tell me or tell the viewers, where do you see the organization in 5 years?
our five our 5 year goal is to hopefully open some type of, I'm not going to say a venue because we don't really need nothing big, just a space where people can come in. If they need help, we can let them know about resources, let them know where they can, like if someone runs out of medicine, we can let them know resources where they can go and get that. Help them find doctors. If they just want to talk, they can come and talk. um, where we can have our Let's Start a Convo, things like that. And we also want to branch out to different cities, have 331 Timas, because everybody needs
Absolutely.
awareness for chronic illness.
100%.
Yes.
So if there was one final thought that you could leave with the viewers around this topic, what would that be?
I would say know your body. Just coming from my experience, know your body. And if you feel something wrong, even if I hate going to the hospital, if I wouldn't have went to the hospital, I wouldn't be here. So if you feel anything is wrong, just go get it checked out. You rather be safe than sorry, because it's not only you, it's your family involved in it. So that's what I would say.
Perfect. And how would the viewers contact you if they wanted to be a supporter or a member of your organization?
We're on Facebook, 3/31 Team Us. Our website is 331teamus.org. We're also on Instagram, 331 Team Us. And you can email is CHERIE777883 @gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being a part of Winning Women's Wednesdays. This was much needed, and we will probably ask you to come back again because I think that this is a conversation that needs to be had and continued.
Thank you for having me. I would love to come back.
Thank you, Sanieqwa.